Kat Matthews is a Kona rookie. She's also a Kona favorite. Is it possible to be a Kona rookie and a Kona favorite? So we are spending the day with Kat Matthews, a day in the life of the pro, and also catching up on everything she's been through, but also talking about that Kona prep. And here comes Kat now. Hey Kat, had a good ride? Got a big smile on your face, I see.
Yeah.
What was the session today?
It's more of just a feel-good ride, but I did add...
Did it feel good?
Yeah, it did actually.
Oh,
We're
good.
sort of 5 days down the line now, so starting to feel healthy again and ready to push. So yeah, I added in 3 lots of 5 minutes at tempo, race pace sort of thing. So
Okay,
it's quite good.
Straight back to training. Okay, well, that's the first session done. A couple more sessions coming today. We're going to let you go and get showered, and then we can chat about everything you've been through and start talking about that Kona prep. All right, Kat has had a shower and made herself some breakfast, brunch, lunch. I'm not sure which meal it is. She's a pro athlete. They don't have to name the meals. They're just in between sessions.
That's so right, yeah. You know.
I know. Yeah. So she's having her meal. I'm interrupting her meal to talk a little bit before she goes off to her swim session. So, Kat, second at 70.3 World Champs just last weekend. Congratulations. How was that?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Still really stoked. I think it's taken any expectational pressure off me going to Kona.
Has it? Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Maybe it's added a bit of expectation to that, but we'll get to that in a minute. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster for you. 2022 in May, you came second at the Ironman World Championships, which were actually the 2021 World Championships, which happened in May in St. George. And then in the lead up to Kona, well, we all know, bit of a bike crash. Not something that we really want to delve too much into, but obviously that was a major setback for a professional athlete. You bounced back pretty quickly, must be said, winning Ironman Texas in April and now second in 70.3 World Champs. But how much of a process was that? I mean, obviously there was a lot to process there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, career high is second in St. George and then rolled into the sub-8 event. I had a bit of a tough summer actually, so maybe I let the pressure of that get to me a bit, but not as tough as I then happened with the incident on the bike with the driver.
All comes into perspective pretty quickly then,
yeah,
doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's something I've
Those
really...
struggles were not really struggles.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely, I've kept that now as a lesson learned.
Yeah.
And I think the timing of it, you know, right before Kona and then straight into off-season, it might look like I sort of bounced back. So, you know, I didn't really miss anything. And that was one of my goals straight away was I don't want to miss any of the season for next year. So I really just sort of committed to sharing the journey and going through it real time.
Well, you did really well because winning Ironman Texas and then obviously second at 70.3 Worlds. We're going to go off to your swim, and while we're on our way there, we're going to have a little bit of chat. I'm going to let you finish your meal before you do that, and then it's into the car because we don't have much time before the next session. Kat's going to go for a swim. All right, Kat, we're off for a swim, or you're off for a swim. We're just going to watch. You've left Mark rebuilding your race bike. How nice is it to have a full-time, what do we call him?
Partner, life partner.
Yeah, life partner, that's
Husband.
Sorry, yeah, sure, whatever.
What's really cool is that I probably trust him more than anyone, even, you know, when it's their entire full-time profession and they're employed by another company, like to do my bike mechanics. So having that, you know, to help in these periods between races is just, yeah, it's massive. It means that I'm constantly on the road, as in riding, without having to worry about, oh, I need to take my bike to the bike shop because this is not, you know, there's a sound here.
So what's the swim session today?
I've got no swimming group today, so that means it's a turn up to the pool and see how I feel, which isn't the best, and normally I'd plan a session, but it's the week between, you know, it's a sort of weird week, so I'm just embracing the freedom of that. I'll probably do a kilometre warm-up, a kilometre of intensity and a kilometre of some sort of strength work. And then depending on how I'm feeling, I will add on another kilometre of something else.
Okay. All right. Have a good swim.
Thank you.
See you afterwards. So, Kat's been off in the wind tunnel and stuff. Can you tell us a bit about that? What have you tweaked with her from last year? What are the major changes that you need to do? Obviously, she's on some new sponsors, the Canyon bike and such.
Yeah. So the new Canyon bikes obviously requires then a new bike fit, and every bike requires playing around with. So the first thing we did was went out to Germany to High Size. Bjorn Giesman, Kat's coach, actually has a company called High Size. They bike fit as well. Canyon work with them a lot. So we bike fitted there. And then played with the position, and then actually didn't use wind tunnel, we validated it on the track. Alongside some kit testing with Hoob. So a lot of different fabric changes on the suit to find the fastest fabric. Had a couple of little adjustments made for the Canyon.
And the bike that you rode in 70.3 Worlds, pretty much the same thing for Kona, or are we bringing in anything new?
Probably won't ride a 1x in Kona. She'll probably ride maybe a 58 double and be a normal 11.30 in the back. The idea being that the bigger one lets you not spin out on the way back from Harvey, as you know all too well. You can spin out down there.
Yeah.
And also the bigger you go, the better the chain alignment can stay throughout the race.
So how much does Kat have involved in this, or does she literally just, or is my bike ready, I'm off to ride? Or does she, or is it in-depth discussions?
She's a bit of a stickler, but it's like she's pretty good at not worrying about stuff that she doesn't need to.
We'll let you get this bike ready for Lanzarote.
Thanks, man.
And then Kona. We'll go find Kat. I think she's making another meal. Okay, Kat, so another session and another meal done. One more session to go later today. Kat's still going to do a run today, so a full swim bike run day. I might join you for that run if I'm invited.
Cool.
Yeah. Before we get there though, let's talk about what we're here for, which is Kona. Just a few short weeks away. You're a Kona rookie, never actually raced there. As we said earlier, you took yourself out of last year's race. So is it possible for you to be a Kona favourite? I mean, based that you got second at St George and second recently at 70.3 Worlds, at the same time as being a Kona rookie. Can you be that?
I think one can be a favourite and maybe not the favourite, which is a nice place to be.
Yeah, not all the pressure, but a little bit of pressure. I think, I mean, you've clearly got the form, but you're a Brit, and Kona is Kona, and it's hot and it's humid. Does that scare you just a little bit?
Yeah, of course. I think it would be naive if it didn't scare me. I think scare is maybe the wrong word. I've been twice now. I've trained in it and I've experienced it as a spectator completely. So I think I'm aware of how challenging it is. But I think that my style of racing, it could be fine.
Okay, let's talk about your personal build-up, your training for Kona. How has your build gone? Has it gone? I assume it's gone well, seeing as how you just performed in Lati. But obviously that's half distance, iron distance. Have you done anything different to what you've done previously? Has there been new tweaks? Has there been massive improvements on one area or aspect?
I think maybe I'm a bit unique with that because obviously my training hasn't been super focused on a race because it's not been seasonal. It's just been, oh my goodness, I need to get fit really quickly for the season. Starting from a zero platform rather than a sort of end of season break. It was very much a pause in a professional lifestyle. So I think,
restart.
yeah. So I did focus on Lati, and I'm proud of that sort of higher intensity was able to show. So I've completely done, I think, two months of completely different training over the summer because I've been home for the first time ever in a training environment where I can just settle into a routine. So I've sort of done, completely different to what's normal. And then in a few days we're off to Lanzarote and doing back to normal, 3-4 days on a row, overload, recover, 3 or 4 days in a row, overload, recover.
Triathlon can be pretty 24/7. I know people see the glamour of racing and the glamour of traveling to races, but they don't see the early wake-ups, the early bedtimes, the complete lack of social life, the fact that you have to be focusing on what you eat and what you drink and what your training is. Not 5 days a week for those work days, but 7 days a week, and not for a few weeks before the race. But pretty much you've been doing that since, I assume, you start your build up for Ironman Texas. You know, it's pretty much 24/7. How do you keep yourself balanced? What is the switch off? Is it just Netflix, or is there is there something else? Any other hobbies or anything that you do?
Like triathlon is your hobby, no matter whether you do it of amateur level or professional level. There's not necessarily the time to have other hobbies if you're trying to commit yourself to performing. I think I said to Mark a few weeks ago, I said, I honestly don't care, which is a bit blasé. I don't really care how these races go, however they go. I was trying to reduce the pressure. I was like, because we've had the best summer. I've had so much fun. So I think having our own home and living in our own chosen environment, which is a new thing because Mark's left the army, has been massive for that balance, like you say.
Okay, well, Kona is only a few short weeks away. As you said, in a few days you are leaving for Lanzarote, so all this nice settled training with your friends that's been working so well, you're going to go and upset that and go to Lanzarote and do a training camp. What is the actual plan for Kona? Are you Lanzarote until Kona, and how far out will you make that big journey from this side of the world to that side of the world?
Yeah, well, you say disrupt. One of my main training partners, Sam, he's coming as well to Lanzarote.
Oh, you're taking him with you. There you go.
Mark's coming. You know, we're going back to the same hotel, the same swimming pool that we already know. Everything's just easy there.
Perfect.
So off there for 3 full weeks. Home for a few days just to reset, repack, chill out, and then 2 weeks before the race, we're travelling out to via LA, sleep, chill, time difference, and then on to Kona the same sort of weekend.
And that's enough time to get used to the shock of the heat and also the jet lag, get over the jet lag, everything else.
I think it's a real balance. You know, as you know, lots of people who've already done the race will know that it's basically impossible to get right. So you have to go with one way and sort of do your best to perform. I think I didn't want to train in Kona or in America. So it was very much like, okay, the minimum in my eyes was 2 weeks. That's sort of how long you need for heat adaptation. And the time difference, you know, maybe an hour a day is a sort of generic rule. And I want to feel alive a few days before the race at least. So 2 weeks again gives you that buffer. Sounds
like a good balance without being there so long that you get completely drained by the heat and humidity and everything else. Yeah. All right. Well, I think it sounds like a pretty good plan. And I think even though you are a Kona rookie, you're probably going to be in my favourites category.
Thanks.
So, so you got another session to do. I might strap on my running shoes and go with you if I can keep up. All right, 3rd session of the day for Kat. 1st session for me. Let's go for a jog. All right, Kat, thanks for the run. We know it wasn't your hardest training day. We weren't here to show you Kat's hardest ever training day. It was just to really catch up with her before she heads off for the last training camp before Kona. Good luck for all of that. Good luck for Lanzarote and of course the travel over to Kona. We will be crossing fingers for you. I'm sure you are in good hands with both Mark and your coach and everyone else. We'll be watching closely, and you're definitely right up there on my favourite list. So thank you for letting us tag along for today, for your training, especially for letting me slow you down a little bit on that last run. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments for Kat or want to wish her good luck, in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to GTN so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks once again, Kat, and bon voyage.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching.